623 days until collapse. February 2016. You're 41, small business owner, family, mortgage, you missed Bitcoin, you know it, you feel it. You watched it go from nothing to something you'll never afford, and you pretended not to care. But you care. Then at dinner, your cousin won't let it go. I made 6 times my money, in 8 months. You smile, you nod, you change the subject, but that night you don't sleep well. A week later, he sends you a message. Purple logo, clean interface. It's called OneCoin. We're still early. This is the next Bitcoin, but this time we don't miss it. You show up. Hotel ballroom, 200 people, music, lights, energy you didn't expect. A man on stage is shouting, "Financial freedom!" Then the screen lights up, the music drops, and she walks in. Ruja Ignatova, red dress, hair up, the walk of someone who has never doubted anything in her life. Bulgarian, Oxford trained, former McKinsey consultant. On stage, she doesn't sell. She explains charts, data, comparisons with traditional banking systems. Then she lowers her voice. Bitcoin has a problem. It's for technicians, for experts, not for ordinary people. OneCoin is for everyone. The room explodes. This isn't the first time she's spoken like this. They call her the crypto queen. She's given talks in Dubai, Singapore, London. She doesn't look like a fraudster. She looks like the smartest person in the room. And in that ballroom, you're not the only one who thinks so. You buy your first package, $3,000. 500 days until collapse. June 2016. You log in, $4,380. You didn't trade, you didn't do anything, you didn't lift a finger, it just went up. Every few days, a split. Your coins double. Your cousin texts, "See? Told you." At dinner, your wife asks, "Is it safe?" You show her the app. Numbers going up. Clean interface. "It's algorithmic," you say. "More stable than Bitcoin, less volatile." She nods, but she's not convinced. You invest more. 360 days until collapse. November 2016. You're in deep now. $18,000 invested. Dashboard, $96,000. Conversations at work change. You don't talk about revenue anymore. You talk about timing, about positioning, about opportunity. Your cousin says, "You should build a team." You talk to your brother, to your best friend, to a client. It's not for everyone, you say, but you're exactly the right kind of person. At a bigger event, 1,000 people, 3 cities connected by live stream, someone on stage says, "This isn't crypto. This is a revolution." And you believe it. You really do. Why you were never an investor? Let's stop here. Because at this point, you still think you bought a cryptocurrency. You didn't. You bought a place inside a system. OneCoin didn't make money from markets. It made money from you and from the people you brought in. Every package you bought paid commissions to the person above you and the person above them all the way up the pyramid. The money didn't come from trading. It came from new participants. But the problem isn't just structural. The problem is psychological. The events weren't informational. They were emotional. Lights, music, applause, people on stage saying, "I was broke, now I'm free." Nobody showed real withdrawals, only dashboards, only numbers, only the feeling that the world was about to change, and you were one of the few smart enough to see it coming. And then there's the subtlest trap of all. If you question the system, you lose your money. You lose your status. You lose the people you convinced. And most importantly, if it's all fake, then you're not just a victim. You're someone who dragged others into the same scam, so you don't question it. You defend it. Every system like this needs one thing: new people, constantly. When recruitment slows, the system doesn't shrink, it freezes. 180 days until collapse. April 2017. Dashboard, $267,000. But the money isn't the main thing anymore. Now it's the rank. Emerald. At a regional event, they call your name. On stage, applause. Afterward, people come up to you. How did you do it? You say, vision. That night, your brother calls. I still don't really understand how it works. Explain it to me. It's complicated. Trust me. He sends you $10,000. 60 days until collapse. August 2017. Something has shifted. Smaller events. Some leaders have stopped showing up. The Telegram group that used to buzz all day goes quiet for hours, then days. In a Facebook group, has anyone managed to withdraw a large amount? The post disappears within minutes. A moderator replies, negative posts will be removed. Someone posts a withdrawal screenshot. No one can replicate it. It gets deleted. At home, your wife is done. Withdraw something, anything. You log in. You click sell. Loading. Then, daily limit reached. You try again. Same result. You message the person who recruited you. System upgrade. Come back in a few days. You repeat it to your wife. You don't believe it yourself anymore. 7 days until collapse. October 2017. A big event is announced. The leaders say, this time it's different. Everything changes. Closed call. Senior ranks only. New blockchain. Full liquidity. Soon. You don't follow all the details, but it sounds like a way out. Dashboard. $503,882. You take a screenshot. You send it to your wife. Day 0. The event starts at 10. You're there by 9. The stage is set. The lights are on. The music loops. At 10:05, someone walks out. It isn't her. A man you've never seen before. Trying too hard. Ruja has an unexpected commitment, but she's with us in spirit. Someone near you laughs nervously. You don't laugh. The man speaks for 20 minutes. New blockchain, new markets, new partnerships, no date, no number, nothing concrete, just words engineered to sound like announcements. You leave the event at noon. You don't say anything to your wife. 3 days later, you search for Ruja online. You find an article. Ruja Ignatova fails to appear at Lisbon event. Then another. Last known location, flight from Sofia to Athens, October 25, 2017. Then nothing. Gone. You message the person who recruited you at 11 p.m. No reply. The next morning, the leader's Telegram group has 0 new messages. By the afternoon, the group no longer exists. You log in. $503,882. You click Sell. The button spins, then stops. Nothing. You log out and back in. $503,882. You click again. Nothing. You wait an hour. You try again. Nothing. That evening, your brother calls. You don't pick up. You already know what he wants to ask. You send a message. I'll call you tomorrow. You don't call him the next day. Epilogue. Today, 2026. A message arrives. Different name, identical tone. We're still early. Ground floor. The next Bitcoin. Referral link. You stare at it. You think about your brother, your friends, everyone you brought in. You still haven't called him back. You don't click. This isn't fiction. Over 3 million people worldwide invested in OneCoin. Total losses estimated at $4.4 billion. Ruja Ignatova disappeared in October 2017. She is wanted by the FBI. She is on the list of the 10 most wanted fugitives in the world. She has never been found. OneCoin was not a cryptocurrency. It was a global, multi-level marketing scheme. There was no blockchain, no real market. The money didn't disappear. It just moved up.